Okay. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Dave DeYoung here, and today we're talking about category tags in the News app. Sorry, just chatting with. Oops, wrong person. At any rate, I am recording the session. I'm going to get it up online, probably on like YouTube, just as soon as possible after this is done. So if you want to share this with other people later in the day or in the days to come, that's probably the best way to do it. What we're going to cover is really just the how to send push alerts with category tags. This is something new that's being introduced in version 5.16 of the app. The previous versions, 5.14, 5.15, there's very, very, very few 5.13 versions out there. Work a little differently with it, okay? And it's important to know the differences, and that's why on here, and I think I sent this document out, and I'll send it out again, why the differences. In 5.14 of the app, when we built that app, their tags were not included. Okay, and so the way we're going forward with this is that in NewsTouch, a tag is going to be required. You're going to have to select one of these as a content producer. That's so that people get the type of alerts they want. In 5.15, we introduced tags into the app, although we didn't tell people about it. We didn't show them that it was there, and we didn't put it into the admin. The purpose in doing that was to set the stage for 5.16. So in 5.15, everybody who had opted into messages had all the tags enabled, okay? So as users then upgrade from 5.15 to 5.16, we're going to display to them this page that you see, and all of their options will be selected. Okay, so that's how we got it into the system, and we had to kind of go through those steps to lay that groundwork. We didn't want to just start over and like everybody's up in the air and everybody's got to opt in or opt out and make all their changes. We thought, well, the best way is to give everybody who's opted in all the options, and then they can remove some as they would like to, and we can then move forward. So what's important to know as we kind of go through a transition period, folks who don't upgrade and stay on 5.14 aren't going to get push alerts. Luckily, there are not that many people. You'll see more Android ones in the 5.14 camp, but I think we can use some in-app messaging to get those people to convert up to 5.16. There's lots of good features in 5.16, lots of good reasons for them to make the switch. Okay. So I don't think that's really going to be a problem. It hasn't been a problem in the past. So here's the nuts and bolts of how this works. In NewsTouch, as I mentioned, you have to include at least one tag, okay? But in Urban Airship, if you want to bypass that, you can send it without a tag or with a tag. And in that case, if you send it without a tag, it does go out to everybody. It's called a broadcast message. But in NewsTouch, you can do the same thing by just selecting all the alerts, okay? So let's take a look at what that's going to look like in NewsTouch. I've logged into here, and I will just go back to the beginning. This looks all pretty familiar to everybody. And on this page, you can send alerts directly to anything that's got this little triangle symbol with an exclamation point in the middle of it. And I want to send to the forecast. And down in here, I've got to select something. I got to select weather, hopefully. That's probably what it is.
You may be missing something on your screen.
Am I not showing anything?
Yeah, I'm just seeing the category tags and KXAN settings on the mobile show thing.
Okay.
Yeah, your screen might be paused, Dave.
I am showing.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Interesting. Okay. I think we're good to go now. So in NewsTouch, here we are to send a push alert to the weather forecast. So here's today's forecast, and you got to select weather and hit OK, and it's going to go just as it always has, and it goes. So, and I don't know if this version is actually my iPad got it. This one I don't think did. So. Actually, maybe it did. I might have a 517 version on here. I can't remember. At any rate, that one goes out. Same thing with all these. You can select multiple categories as well, all along here if you want to. You send them out. Back on regular articles, because this is what the vast majority of them do. We send an alert. And here you see all the same things that you have in the past. What will be introduced is a section down here for alert tags. And again, you can pick multiple ones if you want them. You know, whatever you need to do on here. And there's our push alert. And we approve and send, and it should go through. Okay. That's kind of the basics of it. There's not a whole lot more other than to say, you know, if people opt into multiple messages like this, and you in NewsTouch say, oh, I'm going to send it to breaking news list and live video list and on TV list, that user is not going to get 3 messages. They're just going to get the one. Urban Airship is going to deduplicate those and just send the one message that they want. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Kind of any questions on that up to this point? What we got? Okay. One question that's been asked is, you know, what's the intention of news categories? And they're pretty self-explanatory. Breaking news, weather should be used for weather information. You know, sports is, you know, can sometimes be news, but it's, you know, generally about sporting events and topics. Traffic is typically about traffic, but, you know, that could be a breaking news item as well. It could be a weather item as well. You name it. Live video is typically live streaming video on the app, okay? And then the on TV is more of that tune-in message, you know, tune in because we got a special report coming up, okay? Editor's Picks is one that's a little bit of a wild card. It's for just special features, special reports you may have, something that doesn't maybe fit some of those other categories, but yet is still pretty interesting, okay? Closings and delays, and I know not every market has this, but it's closings and delays, whether that goes to your closings, and you know, some markets have a true closings and delays page. Others simply do an article once in a while. So it gives you the option to do both of those. Okay. I did include in this document something about the tag equals things. We're going to show that in just a moment and how that can work in Urban Airship if you want to use that. Okay. Any questions then so far? Okay. All right. Personalized push. Excuse me. Oh yeah. You know what I didn't cover very well, and I'm going to go back to it right now. Is from the home page you can send special alerts, right? I'll go back to there, and it's useful to know, well, what category is that going to go to, all right, or of lists. So on here, if I send to push to home page, that's going to give the breaking news tag. So everybody who's opted into breaking news is going to get that. Now I know a lot of people use that, you know, just push to home page. You think the screen's frozen again. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with that. Is it showing now? There we go. Okay, that's strange. Yeah, let me know if that keeps happening. Maybe it's a connection thing. I know a lot of us send to the home page a push alert. I'm going to tell you, users hate that. Really, every time that happens, I'll get somebody writing in, how come you guys don't send it to me to the article? And I know there's instances where you need to do that. I would say minimize those instances at all costs. Okay. At any rate, if you need to use it, if you push to home page, it's going to give you the breaking. It's going to use the breaking news tag. Push to traffic map. This one over here is going to push to the traffic tag. All other top level items, and including the articles, you get to pick those tags, and we reviewed those things earlier. So these are the only two special buttons that have some tags already enabled that you won't be able to edit. Okay. So let me then run down to using tags in Urban Airship, and we have a little bit more documentation on that in already in the knowledge desk, and basically this document is kind of copied in here, and in the Urban Airship section I went into much greater detail on it, and I'll walk you through this as well. It's frankly not terribly user friendly. And next chance I talk to Urban Airship, I'm going to kind of walk them through this as well and go, I think there's a better way you guys could handle this. Okay, let me go back to Urban Airship. So in Urban Airship, you maybe you're still seeing News Touch. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Hopefully now you're seeing some an Urban Airship screen. And if you want to send a message in Urban Airship, of course, you all know we use this orange button. This gray button really is useless. I'd ask them to remove it for us if they could, because it only pushes to the home page with no deep linking possibility. So we'll hit new message, and we're just going to do a traditional one. This is a test message. Oops. And I'm going to go to a deep link to a forecast. And now what's really confusing is it says add tags right here, right? Don't use this. This is not where to do it, sadly, okay? And am I frozen again? Okay, I'm going to pause again. Hopefully we're seeing it again. There we go. Okay, and I'm moving my screen around. I've put the forecast message in. I've done a deep link to forecast. Down here it says add tags. Sadly, that's not where to do this. Although it's right in front of us, we'd think that would make a lot of sense. That is not going to work. If I then put in a tag of weather here, it's not going to do it, okay? We're going to send it to iOS and Android, and down in here, for my audience, this is where I'm going to hit the tags. I'm going to hit segment, and this is the tag I want to use, okay? And I'll select a tag, click that as well.
I think your screen might be frozen again.
Oh, frickin' hey. Okay. Thank you. All right. Hopefully we see something new on the screen.
It's me.
Yeah? No? Is my screen moving at all?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of scrolling it up and down a little bit, so it's making some motion. We're down here in the audience section. There's a segment that I tapped on, and this is where actually close this.
Yeah, we're not seeing it.
Maybe okay. Showing main screen. Am I showing a main screen now?
Yeah, that looks good, Dave.
Yeah, we see it
That
going
looks
up and
better.
down now.
Okay, we will try that. I'm sorry that that keeps happening. So I just want to go back. There was a tag area in here that we don't want to use where it says add tags. That doesn't work. It won't do it. Down in here in the audience area is where we would do it, and we would hit the segment button, and there are tags in here. And here I'd hit select tags, and we would do a primary device tag. These are existing tags that are already associated with the mobile audience. You know, we've already set up ones. What Urban Airship allows you to do and they really use it more for e-commerce ones, is to kind of generate tags on the fly, and actually, like, users can generate their own tags. An example of this in a news environment might be a user is going to say, hey, I want to follow a story about Prince. Boom, that generates a tag in the system for kind of both parties, and then they can continue to get articles about Prince if we're set up that way, but we're not at that point. Okay. All right, so I tap on primary device tags, and here's where I'm going to type in weather. And weather's one that's already in here. If I type in something else like tornado, no tag found. Okay. If I type on TV, because that's one of our tags as well, that one is found. If I just type in TV, no tags found. So I want to find those ones that are found. Weather is found. Now I've got that in there. I can do multiple ones. Breaking news. Now I will get both tags in there. I can send as normal, schedule it, send it now, and I'm going to say send, yep, and it should go, and that one went through onto my iPad that's sitting next to me. That's it for that. I was going to mention also we have some new deep links in Urban Airship in case you want to do some push, some in-app messaging to users that gets them straight into, say, the notification settings where they can set that. Just as a quick review, I'll show you how that's done. We're going to send this in-app only. You should see this box up here. If you log in and you don't see this box for send in-app only, what's likely happening is that there's an kind of an alert. I don't see it on my screen because I've already bypassed it. An alert that says in-app messaging is now available. You want to learn more? Something along those lines. Hit yes on it, and then suddenly this box will appear. Again, a little strange user interface thing. All right, hey, so we're sending an in-app message. Check out a new feature. You can set your own push alerts, alert categories. You can send your own push alert category, whatever. We will send it to a deep link, and it goes to notification settings. No need for any tags on this. We want to send this loud and proud and out to everybody. I could choose iOS or Android if I wanted to, but I am just going to send it to everybody and send it immediately. And this will go out. Send now, yes. I am sure of that. So that's a deep link one. Okay, so questions on this, and in fact, my one showed up here. You can see the push alert showed up on here, and it went to the notification settings. Oh, it went to my other version notification. I have two versions of the app, and this is why it happened. Okay, questions? Anything? Anyone? Angela asks, is there a way we can send the in-app notification people with certain app versions only? I don't think so at this point. I think. Well, yeah, I don't think so. But in your example is a good one. We'd send, 5.5 people a message asking for an update, and .6 asking them to customize their notifications. You can combine those two ideas as well. Update to the latest version of our app, or the latest version of our app has the ability to set your own push notifications. That covers both, using that kind of language. But at any rate, I don't think we can do it by all devices. We didn't do them this way. Named user segments. We don't have a list for that. I mean, we could work through that. It would be a bit of effort to make that happen. But I don't think that's the easiest route at this point. Any other questions? Lee asked a great question that I forgot to mention. When will the NewsTouch admin be updated to display the category tag selection in step with the 5.16 launch? So because we've kind of, we're all on the same platform, we got to make this happen for everyone. We're going to need to enable this push alert system late on Sunday night, just prior to midnight. Our plan is to release 4 of our markets basically at midnight on Sunday, or so that on Monday morning it's ready to go, so that they can talk about it in their morning news if they want to. Those markets would be WCBD, WFLA, WKBN, and WDTN. And so at that point at midnight, these categories are going to be enabled, and this whole thing is in play. And I get that, for a few days, some 5.14 people are not going to get messages. Frankly, you probably don't have many of those. 5.15 people really are going to be unaffected. They're still going to get exactly what they've always gotten. So that's what we got. If it's bothersome to you, you could do some in-app messaging to 5.14 people, but I might hold off till Wednesday. I think we're going to try to release them all on Wednesday morning. The rest of the markets, I think you're going to be okay with that, rather than asking them to update twice. Okay. Other questions? Anything else? I don't know if I had anything else to cover on it. The app is available in Hockey app if anybody else wants to take a look at it. You won't see a whole lot of new things other than this. Well, you'll see the interstitial change, and you'll see go back over here, and content dead end prevention is the other big one. So it is a big update. This is a pretty important one. There was our interstitial. You notice I saw a few pages of content, and then that interstitial appeared. That's how that works. Here's the dead end prevention again. So anything else we can ask about? Otherwise, if you guys are good, I'm going to record. Like I said, I'll record this. I'll send out the help document, a link to the knowledge base, and a link to the video. Give me a half hour to render the video and get it uploaded to YouTube.
Looks good, Dave. Thanks, man.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I hope you all like it. I think it's going to be very cool for us. I think your users are going to like it a lot. It gives us an opportunity to really engage them again, to get them back on push alerts. All right. Thanks all.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you
Dave.
for doing this.
Thanks a lot.